It's Rob!
Tony!
We're in gaming!
And that's you!
Hello inmates and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we're going to be continuing on with our free-to-play account while playing some Miracle Rogue on ladder. Unfortunately, guys, I actually recorded about 35 minutes of gameplay, and then when I went to save it, or, rename it what it needs to be named, I realized I wasn't recording. I merely started the audio, never clicked record on XSplit, and I just went ahead and did a video while I wasn't recording. So it's pretty salty. I mean, I'm pretty salty because of it, and it's basically 45 minutes of my life just wasted, and you guys will never see the footage, even though it was some good footage. We actually did some great things in that time. I answered a whole bunch of questions, and we played the deck, and we actually got some pretty sick wins in there, one of which we were at 1 HP like for a couple turns, and we made a comeback, but unfortunately that'll never be seen. So I'm going to do my best to keep a cheery face through this episode. I'm sure in the next episode it'll be fine, but this one I'm just sad, because it was good stuff, and it'll never be seen now. So, as we know, Miracle Rogue was what we had picked as the deck, our first, sort of, how you say, competitive deck to play besides the Zoo deck. And the only reason we picked Zoo was just because of how easy it was to build, and it didn't require much for us to put it together. But then we have our Miracle Rogue now, and then after this, I'll start up a pool once we get a decent amount of dust and or gold and or packs. To be able to, like, so let's say if we open up like a golden legendary and we're able to disenchant it for 1600 dust, that's almost half the cost of a lot of budget decks. So whether it be, mid-range hunter, maybe like a dragon warrior, mid-range shaman, there's a lot of stuff we can build with that amount of gold. So what I see here is basically just swing into this, a backstab onto the 2/2 and just re-dagger back up. There's no point to do anything too extreme here. We have a turn 5 Azure Drake, turn 6 Auctioneer, and then we have the prep into the conceal. So I see a lot of good stuff in the future. Also, keep in mind that Rogue is not one of the classes I'm super familiar with. It's one of my least played classes, if not the least played class. I know I've mentioned this before in quite a few of our videos, but just don't expect the highest of tier plays from me when I play Rogue, considering I'm not, like right there, we probably should have attacked with our dagger so he can't shield slam. He had shield block anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But like, let's say he had 4 armor and then he shield slammed, he would actually had to armor up first, meaning he couldn't play a 4-drop if he had one. But in this situation, it didn't really matter too much. So we're gonna go with the Auctioneer. We're gonna prep and see what we draw. We have 2 conceals in our hands, so the first now we're just gonna go ahead and conceal, see what we draw, and then we're gonna have 2 turns, at least next turn and the following turn, because we have another conceal, to be able to do good things with the Auctioneer. I don't really find a reason to attack at the moment. Also, we have to consider that this guy is playing, well, first of all, we know he's playing Cthulhu Warrior. And then if not, he has the Brawl. That's a very high priority thing we need to get rid of if he's got that. So this will be good. So we can go ahead and Deadly Poison. That was a really nice draw. So spend 1 mana, we're able to get rid of this 3/3. Definitely know we're going to conceal again. Good Violet Teacher. We know we're going to attack with this. We know we're attacking with this. We probably should have cold-blooded the Auctioneer, but I kind of want to save cold blood for Leroy, to be completely honest. Do we backstab our 1/1 just to draw again? I don't think so. I think we leave it like this. I think he's gonna brawl this though. Ravaging Ghoul again. Okay. Okay. That's not that crazy. So we can go with the Azure Drake here. We can draw. Undercity Huckster is pretty good. So we can backstab that. We'll make a dude. And then we can go ahead and play the, I guess we can play the Undercity. But what if he brawls? And that's just really bad. But I guess we can Fan. Fan might have been better than backstab there. Because Fan, well, we're going to draw 2 cards from Fan. So I think Fan's fine. And then we're going to swing with everything. We have a lot of shit on the field, but we haven't actually done any damage to him because he's a warrior. Where the fuck's my coffee? Alright. I feel like we could have played that better. We should have played like maybe the cold-blooded last turn, and then we could have done an additional 8 damage to him over the course of these turns, putting him at 22. He doesn't have Brawl, which is interesting. Oh, he hasn't drawn Brawl yet. Veclord, does he have the, no, it's only an 8/8. That really sucks. This is actually going to do 6 damage, so we can just do that. And now we can play Hogger, because no one expects it, and then we just attack with everything. And then Hogger will protect not only our Azure Drake, but it puts this taunt here, so he's going to have to deal with that first and utilize his weapon. Unless he brawls, of course. And then if he brawls, the 1/1's going to live, because never lucky with Hogger. Hogger would be the best card to live, but then he would just probably use his weapon or something like that. So there's the slam, he gets to draw, maybe you see an execute onto the Hogger. Yep. So if we draw into another Cold Blood, I think we have lethal. Yes. We draw into Leroy, we have lethal. I think we have enough damage for lethal in here, because this is 2. This is, oh yeah, that's actually 5. Yeah, 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20, 24 damage currently. 22 damage. Alright. This is only what he's doing this turn, then we have lethal. Okie dokie. Good stuff. Oh, another Abyss. That's a lot of damage. This goes here. This goes here. This goes there. This goes here. This goes here. This goes there. Oh my god, the burst. That's insane. And we still had 2 saps to do whatever with. And Undercity Huckster didn't come into play too much. We're on the win streak again. It's because I was recording prior to this, and unfortunately, it just I'm gonna blame it on me being tired, but it's still not an excuse. We've been doing this for like what, a year now, and just not hitting the record button is an unacceptable kind of response to you guys. And we actually just had a call, so if you hear the vibration, sorry about that. So we're gonna actually have to call that guy back. Houston, Texas. Who would be calling us from Houston, Texas? Maybe Cowboy Bob. All right, so we're going into Paladin.
I will fight with honor.
All right, so opening hand, I really don't see anything we like. Also, there's my stepmom who may come in this room because we're at the office, and she's actually a sales rep that sells to the company I currently work at, which is kind of weird, right? She's not even my stepmom anymore, but shh, my dad doesn't like to hear that. Father Jew gets very upset about this. You guys are you're learning the inner workings of my family lives. I'm scared she might walk in. She scares me. Hey Rob, what you doing? It's like, oh fuck me, please, don't just no, don't. All right, Argent Squire off the bat. So do we coin passive to swing, or do we coin into the Undercity Husker? Or do we save the coin for the Violet Teacher? Or do we save the coin for the Auctioneer? I don't know, because I don't play this class. We're just gonna coin the Huckster. I feel like this contests the 1/1. The only problem is if he has Abusive Sergeant. That is the only weakness. Or Blessings of Might. But even Blessings of Might, then we just use our dagger and we take it to the face and we take a card. That does it too. A light of in the oh, never mind. I thought that said give a creature +1/+1. Wow. I am not familiar with the Paladin class, as you can tell. That was kind of sad. How do I not know that? So this goes here, and then the Undercity goes right there. And now we don't have to worry about it being poorly traded. Paladins don't have a great way to deal 1 damage unless they use Avenging Wrath or stuff like that. But he's only at 3 mana, so we don't have to worry about this. Reinforce is also a good way to deal 1 damage over the course of a couple turns, but our dagger is probably one of the best combatants to the 1/1 Paladin stream of Silverhand recruits that come flying at our face. So turn 4 looks like it's a Violet Teacher turn. Turn 5 will most likely be maybe a Sap or a Shadow Strike, along with using a passive, and then the turn 6, if we can draw into the Prep and the Conceal, which we already have the Conceal, so we're looking for a Prep, would be the optimal play here. The Protector, not necessarily going to be a huge impact card here, due to the fact that we can just swing into this and then swing here into here, or we can go about this differently. We can go ahead and sap the 1/1 and make the trade here, but sapping the 1/1 really doesn't do a whole lot. So I like just playing the Violet Teacher. We should have played the Violet Teacher, or we should have attacked first to see what we got. Ragnaros the Light Lord, folks. Some would say that's a good card, and they would be exactly right. Probably one of the better legendaries to come out of the old gods, which we actually did a video on the top legendaries from the Old Gods set. Unfortunately, all right, I actually do have a question for you guys, and I've been pondering on this a little bit, and I complained to Tony about it, but complaining to Tony doesn't actually answer the questions at hand. I'll tell you guys what I'm laughing at in a second. All right, so it looks like I mentioned, turn 5 was going to be that Shadow Strike, or we go ahead and return this to his hand. I don't think returning to his hand is going to be what we really want to do here, so I like just using the Shadow Strike. And then because we know he doesn't have a good way to deal with 3 HP minions for the most part, unless he wants to use a weapon to kill it, or a Hammer of Justice, which he could have. So we actually could go Conceal here, but I want to save Conceal for Auctioneer, so I'm actually just going to buff her up, push some good damage here, and we're just going to end it here. I think she's coming. Oh, God. But anyway, Matt was over there. Oh, fudge me. Matt was over there, and every time donuts come in, he knows I don't like sweets. So, wow, he actually does play Hammer of Wrath. Fuck me, mate. There's the Argent Squire. We're not really too scared of that, but we have nothing to play. So if we play... Oh, yeah, we actually can. We can go Auctioneer. Yeah, we can just go Auctioneer. We'll go Backstab. And we'll use our weapon to kill off the rest of the 1/1. I was saying we couldn't have any possibility to draw, but let's say we draw into a prep there. We can actually prep this face and actually draw 2 cards, or we can go prep a Conceal, which is also an option, but we didn't draw into the prep, but he still has to deal with this with maybe a True Silver Champion, which would be bad. Aldor the Peacekeeper doesn't really do much, considering we don't have Auctioneer for his 4 attack. We have Auctioneer for the fact that it draws us a card for every spell we play. Alright, so Backstab, I think this is going to be a great way to start off this turn. We're going to see what we can go from here. Azure Drake is also a pretty good card, so I think we might go Azure Drake to even draw further. Fan of Knives is a good card, but unfortunately we can't play it at this time. Conceal is going to conceal everything like we know it does. I actually like using the Abyss Face. It's a good amount of damage, allows us to draw another card. The Conceal doesn't necessarily matter because we saw he didn't have the True Silver Champion, so he has no way to kill this Auctioneer unless he just drew it. At that point in time, we can just go Hogger and protect our Azure Drake, swing Azure Drake Face, or he can Equality Consecration, which a Conceal wouldn't have stopped anyway. So it's actually better that we did what I said we did in the first place, due to Equality Consecration. So now we know that. Concealing against the Paladin, Equality Consecration just doesn't do it, boys. Alright, so we'll go Hogger because it's our first legendary we've ever gotten on this account. It's very important to me. Okay, so Matt over there, every time Donuts gets brought in, he knows I grew up, and well, this kind of ties back to the stepmom I was just talking about that I hope wouldn't walk in here, but I was never given sweets. Like no ice cream, no candy, no chocolate, nothing. Any sort of sugary substance, donuts, that's a negative Ghost Rider. None of that here. So when people, they offer me, what do we do? Give me 1 second. I think we're gonna go sap this, but I don't think we can do 8 damage in 1 turn. So this is 3 damage, this is 5, this is 1. That's still not enough. So it looks like this is gonna be a sap turn. And then we have, but first we wanna probably play the Violet Teacher, of course. We're gonna sap this back to his hand. We're gonna go ahead and heal ourselves, and then we're just gonna swing face. I think we actually can burst him down here. Yeah, he's at 14, he's gonna heal for 8, so that puts him at 22, and we have currently 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 18, and yeah, I think it's a good amount of damage. So, what I was saying, no sweets, so every time there's donuts in the office, he points to the donuts through this little window over there that you guys can't see. He's like, oh, you want a donut? You want a donut? Oh, Equality clears the field as well. All right, so he has no more Equalities in his deck. Rip field. But he also doesn't know we have Ragnaros the Light Lord in our hand, so that's pretty good. Outer the Peacekeeper is good that he played this now, so we can go ahead and play Rag Lord, and he'll be just fantastic. We could have gone Conceal there, but I really didn't like it as much. So yeah, he always points to the donut and says, you want a donut? You want a donut? And just donuts don't attract me. It's not that they're not good, I just have no urge to eat a donut. And I know they're not that great for me, so why would I indulge myself on something that I have no interest in doing in the first place? So I don't know. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And then I was gonna mention something about the channel. I remember. No. All right. Let me get to that in a second. So we have 22. So it basically puts him at 14 when he was at before. I guess we can go ahead and roll and see what happens first. Another deadly poison. So we actually have 5 damage here. This would be 13, 14, 15. It's not enough yet. Can't kill Rag either because this would be 5 and this would be 7. So that's not enough to do that either. Also, we can't do double fans. That doesn't make sense. But we can, however, well, if we upgrade this, we go into there. Yes, so we're going to upgrade this. We're going to Deadly Poison. I'm going to go ahead and kill this off. We can go ahead and swing face with this. We can sap this back to his hand, or we can conceal. If we can conceal, this is going to heal him to 22 again. And then we're still in the same boat, but we know Rag is going to heal us. And he also has Tyrion. So I think we're going to go, it doesn't really matter. What would he play that we'd want to conceal that he would play? A ton of Tyrion, that'd be bad. So I guess we're going to conceal here. I think this is good. Because it doesn't matter how much damage he does to our face. Because we're just going to heal it back up. And Rag the Light Lord's going to heal him no matter what this turn, because if we just sap it, he just plays it again. So the only card he could possibly play that would be really bad is Tyrion, which we would want to save sap for the Tyrion. Which means we have to draw into lethal, which is like Leroy. Okay. We also could have done this a little bit differently and not killed the Outlaw, only attacked it once with our weapon, and then Ragnaros has a chance to kill the... Oh, fuck. Dude, this guy is definitely not a rank 17 player. What kind of deck is this shit? So ideally his Rag needs to go to our face, but it's probably going to kill our Light Lord because that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yep. That's exactly how the fucking cookie crumbles. Alright, so we're going to start off with the Fan of Knives. Let's see what we draw. Conceal. Not exactly what we were looking for here. Not exactly. So this is 4 damage. This is going to be... So we actually can maybe possibly one time or another kill one of these guys. I think we're going to have to kill the Fire Lord, because he's the one that poses the most threat currently. We can kill him while keeping our Azure alive. Oh, man. Why did Rag have to hit our Light Lord? Could have hit the Azure Drake, could have hit face. Had to hit the fucking Rag. It's tilting, boys. It's actually tilting. We're taking a large quantity of damage to the face. And we basically next turn have to hope for an Auctioneer. Number 2. So the Auctioneer, sap, prep.
Well
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, it's well played. So what would he have for 5 damage here? Another Hammer of Wrath. And a Consecration. Oh, True Silver Champion. What a fucking god. Next level plays with this Paladin deck. Alright. Oh, the channel. Okay. What do you mean thank you, bro? You're BMing at rank 17, where you'll stay for the remainder of your Hearthstone career because you play like that and you emo like a douche tool. Anyway. Oh, I beat a free-to-play player at rank 17 with my 15, not 15 legendary, but his deck was, he had a good deck for rank 17, I'll tell you that. Well, we have a good deck for the rank we're at too, but we've worked for it. Like I didn't work for it. I had a feeling it didn't work for it. Yeah, he probably worked for it. Maybe I'm just mad. We'll figure it out. Anyway. I don't like this. I don't like this. Actually, I see everybody who plays Rogue hold the prep in the hand, but there's no, why would you hold the prep in the hand when there's no sprint in the deck? So it's not like we're drawing on 4. I don't like it. So with the channel, I'm trying to piece this all together so it makes sense. So we'll have comments on our videos. Like the most recent one that rings a bell is the person was like, hey, you guys should do a free-to-play series. And it's just like, well, not only do we post a free-to-play account every 3 to 4 days, it's called Warshack Plays a Free-to-Play Account. We have a playlist that's called Free-to-Play Account Series, and we advertise constantly and mention in other videos, hey, we have a free-to-play account. So when you go to our page, I know this may seem like the stupidest question you've ever heard, but when you go to our page, can you guys actually see the playlists like that we all list out? Because we have so many questions like, hey guys, you need to do a deck guide on N'Zoth Paladin. It's just like, well, if you look at our most recent deck guide, or like even like some of the, like not even our most recent, but you know, in the Hearthstone deck guide section, there's literally almost every deck you can think of in there. And if it's not in there, like, we've done it at one point. Obviously, with the old gods, we couldn't have hit all the old stuff. So, like, Freeze Mage, we haven't done. The updated Reno Lock, we haven't done. So, all those comments asking for that makes sense. But when, like, they ask for a deck guide that we've made a bunch of, like, Control Warrior, Mid-Range Shaman, you know, like, we'll post up our Zoo. Like, we got this one. We got a Zoo Lock deck guide, and we posted it. And literally on our Zoo... not on our Zoo, but on the video on the day after, it was like, hey, you need to do Zoo Lock. It's like, well, if you, one video before that, literally you had to click the video, like it was on the same screen right next to each other and said, Zoo Warlock deck guide. So I don't understand, like, is it not seeable from you guys, or is it just people just not paying attention? Because if it's not seeable, then we fucked something up real bad. But if it's how I think it's laid out, then it's just people not being extremely lazy, or they're unable to read. Which is, I can't fix that. I can teach you Hearthstone. I will give you all the Hearthstone information I could possibly give you, but I cannot teach you how to read. And this is not me being salty. This is me honestly asking, like, is there stuff organized well, or is something just fucked up? Like, you guys just see one video at a time. It's just like one little page, and it's just one video, and there's no ability to search anything else or something. I don't know. All right, so, well, we know he's playing Dragon Warrior. Why do I have Gorehowl? Oh, that's right. I guess we're just gonna kill this. We don't have any of our 3 drops to play. We don't have a 4-drop to play. So we're just gonna utilize our spells to keep the board control. I like how now we were looking for burst like last game, right? And then we drew 2 Abysses, 2 Cold Bloods in the first, what, 23 cards in our deck? But yet, when we, I don't know, Hearthstone's a weird game, man. That was a really nice 5-drop. It heard me complaining. All right, so that's going to be our 4-drop. So next turn, we won't be using our weapon to do anything with. So I think we can go ahead and attack with the weapon. Because we know our turn 4 is going to be Violet Teacher Evis, or maybe Violet Teacher Sap, or Violet Teacher like Cold Blood. And we won't be daggering up, which means our turn 7 is most likely going to be Gorehowl, which means that we can use our weapon charges over the course of the next 2 turns. So when we play Gorehowl, we won't be overriding any weapon. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a Violet Teacher Evis kind of turn.
Pay attention, class.
And then right now we were prone to Brawl, but we're always prone to Brawl. Brawl's a good card. It's interesting that he'd be playing Azure Drake in his... No. That's not interesting. Azure Drake goes in Tempa Dragon Warrior. What am I thinking? Gorehowl's are really good. Every time you Undercity Huckster, it always seems like you get a pretty good minion from it. So we could go Sap, double Cold Blood. We're pushing 12, 15, 16, 17 damage. Or we could just go a little bit slower, go Gorehowl. We forgot to attack last turn with our weapon because I'm a silly goose. I said we were, and then we just didn't. But we can go ahead and we have Lethal this upcoming turn, and it cleared his Emperor out. We didn't have to sap it, and we can sap it if we play the Taunt this turn. So it's my bad. We missed 1 damage there. I said we were going to do it, and then we just didn't do it. Hell Scream to kill the Azure Drake, but I don't think this is going to stop the lethal. So we have 6. What are you doing? Are you going to kill that? Oh, man, what would he have for 0 mana? And he has Execute? Please don't tell me you have Execute 2. Don't have Execute 2. Don't have Execute 2. He's got it. He's targeting it. It's going down. Teacher's not going to be teaching anybody anymore. He chose not to kill it. Punishments will be made. All right, so this is 6, 9, 10. And this is a combination of 8. But first we must play a card, and that card can be any card we want. It doesn't necessarily have to be a specific card. So let's just go and return this. And now, the Power Boys. Let's make sure this isn't gonna like move around some crazy way so it like buffs up the card that we didn't want to pick. Oh my god, look at the power. I have the power. Rip in the chat, boys. Rip in the chat. We kicked us off our win streak, so I was hoping that we were going to get to 15 in this episode, but little do I know that that is not going to happen as quick as I thought. Because we've got, I don't know how many games we play, like 2 or 3, so we'll play like maybe 1 or 2 more. We'll end the episode here. And I'll try to pump out like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 episodes of free-to-play today, maybe throw in 1 arena, so do like 3 ranked, maybe play a little zoo in this bitch, and then, you know, do like 2 rogue videos, 1 zoo, 1 arena. That's a lot. I get tired, man. I get tired, man. Oh, I got a story. We'll keep deadly poison. So, I don't know if this story actually means anything to you guys. Probably not. We're not going to tell this story. What other story do we got? Reading. See? Priests always emo, man. There was like a Reddit post that went over how priests always emo, man. They're always trolling.
Welcome to the exhibit.
Pretty good curve for a priest. Normally they're pretty slow at the start. Looks like maybe a Nazoth priest. We go coin SI, kill that.
This guy's toast.
And then we could have gone prep Evis to kill this, but he has nothing to heal unless he plays Injured Blade Master. And then you have to like Circle of Healing. Shadow Word Pain, that's fine. The reason that it's fine is because we can just go ahead and, well, never mind. I was hoping we could just dagger up Deadly Poison kill, but now that's no longer an option. This is 2, that's 2. I mean, you could backstab into this, but that just seems really bad. So I guess we just dagger up. Yeah, it's fine. It's only 1 damage, and he has no way to draw from it. So unless he plays another Power Ward Shield on it, Twilight Summoner's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's not that scary. We've seen scarier things here at the end. So if we go ahead and backstab, SI, hit, I think that's fine.
This guy's toast.
Here we go.
Takes care of it. And then this next turn, he's going to make this trade. It's going to make a 5/5. And then we can just go ahead and use our Wicked Knife and Evis to kill it. Or he's just going to have a dragon. Oh, okay, I was about to say, this guy's got some skills, man. He's got the skills that kills. So we're going to sap this back to his hand. Going to Evis this.
Hey, lights out.
And we can go face for 3. Do we swing with our weapon? But then we can't play this, and attack next turn. But we might be Deadly Poisoning next turn. Do we attack with the weapon? We're gonna dagger back up next turn. I guess we can. So we're gonna, by any means, dagger mastery back up. We're gonna Deadly Poison, which means we would have had to attack last turn, which means when we Deadly Poison, we can't attack right away. So he's gonna play the Twilight Summer again, which is extremely slow turn because it's only a 1/1, and then you have to kill it off, and then it becomes a 5/5, at which there's like 2.5 turns to be able to deal with whatever he plays. So I kind of like just go ahead and playing this, play this, build up a decent sized field. No light bombs, no longer a threat. We've got Evis, Prep, Deadly Poison, so at any time we draw the Auctioneer, we'll be able to cycle pretty well. And hopefully we'll be able to cycle into a Conceal. So he's probably going to attack maybe a 3/3 and then Holy Nova. Seems like a, yeah. How do we know? Holy Fire is pretty good. It just so happens that this does 5 damage and this has 5 health. And it just so happens that this be a card that you don't happen to have. Thank you, Undercity Huckster. You and your sales, always the best deals in town. Until Auctioneer comes along. And then you get outvalued. But right now, you were quite the vendor. Entombing an SI agent. Next level plays, boys. Next level plays. But it's pretty good considering we have no other creature. Until the Auctioneer comes into town. How you doing? Preparation. Please give me... Alright, well, Fan of Knives. Draw me 2 cards. One of them, please be Conceal. Conceal. Can't actually play any spell. Besides Evis, and we're not using that card. Alright, the reason we didn't attack is because we have double Deadly Poison. And we are going to have to re-dagger up next turn if we attack, which means we don't want to do that. Holy Fire! So not only did the Undercity Huckster pulled it from their class. So it's interesting that he would just be playing that on his own. Geyser Drake to draw, it's a 4, but this is a 3. He's already used 1 Shadow Word Pain. He's already used 1 Entomb. The chance of him having another Pain less than halfway through his deck. Oh, it only has 1, so we actually don't even need to Deadly Poison. Wow. which means Azure Drake is the better card. Cold Blood. So Azure Drake, Violent Teacher actually is a good card here. Even though we can't generate the 1/1s, it is fine because it's the mana well spent. Because we don't have to use the Deadly Poison. And we're actually pushing quite a bit of damage. We got Leroy Jenkins. We've got 5 damage through Deadly Poison. We've got 1 Cold Blood, the Holy Nova to heal 0. And now he's going to SI Agent. Wow, the plays. All right, so how much damage do we have right now? We have 5, 11, 19, 20, a lot. Well, we used already 2 Holy Novas, so I actually like this a lot. We also could have cold-blooded the 3/3, but I feel like he's a Shadow Ward Death, and I don't want him to give him a good Shadow Ward Death target until we're finishing him off or have a Conceal to hide it. So that's why we didn't cold-blood the 3/3. And the Hogger's at a perfect health. He can't Shadow Ward Death or Shadow Ward Pain Hogger. Hogger is that sweet 4 attack, which is very hard for a priest to get rid of.
Let me change.
Shadow Ball Shadow Priest, okay. Shadow Word Pain. Oh, Shadow Madness. Okay. This is 2. This is gonna be 5, but the Azure Drake makes it so we can do great things here, boys. Great things. Fantastic things.
Here we go.
Absolutely astonishing. So now we can make this guy. Actually, no. We want to give it to the 1/1, right? No, do we just want to combo it with Leroy? So how much damage? This would be 5. Hogger's, I mean, what's the chances, man? Well, it's gonna die, it's gonna die. If he's gonna put it on there, it's gonna put it on there, so. Oh, fuck! I'm a fucking retard. No! I am so bad. I am so bad. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Shadow Word Pain? If it's an AoE spell, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. But that was bad. Don't do that. That was so horrific. That was horrific. So we have 10, 13, 17. Alright, we have lethal next turn. Oh my god, don't make plays like me, boys. This is why I don't play Rogue. It requires you to play, you attack before you conceal. These are hard things. Mind controls a 4/1 Drake. Next level plays. Doesn't heal. And we are 2 off lethal. Fan of Knives. Give us something good. That's not exactly what I had in mind. Not exactly what I had in mind. So now we're currently 1 off lethal, but he's definitely gonna heal. So we need to draw into our second cold-blooded, which would be 14, 17, so yeah. But we already used 1 cold-blooded, so we're not gonna draw into a second one. Auctioneer is always an option. Alright.
I got the best deals anywhere.
I guess we start off with the Deadly Poison. Always excavated, man.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
We're not gonna cold blood our auctioneer
A turn to get ready.
for the same reason. He's at 4 attack. There's no point to. 4 attack is a sweet spot. So we have 10, 14, 17. So if he heals, alright, we're 1 off lethal. Oh my god. We are 1 off lethal. We can't even cast a spell. No, let's read. That's 10, 13, 17. Yeah, we're 1 off lethal. Fudge, man. Alright. So now he's gonna need to use... I don't even know what's gonna save him at this point. Just Scar Trueheart? That doesn't save him.
Someone injured?
Northshire Cleric? That doesn't save him. Yeah, it's hard for priests to deal with these 4 attack creatures. Alright, so we made it, boys. We made it. That's a close one. Hey, he didn't... He was fair about it. Alright, so we're going to call this episode here, and we'll continue off playing yeah, we'll continue off playing some more Miracle Rogue in the next episode, which I'll do in a couple minutes from now. So, as always, guys, always glad to have you at the end. Please, for the love of God, do not... I know what I did was really bad with the conceal. Don't make me feel any worse. Please, don't. I can tell it's coming. The storms are brewing. Winter is coming. So, as always, guys, I'm Warshack, of course, and happy whatever the hell day it is.